All of us, we reach a surface level of awareness, right? But within that surface level of awareness, we have to realize that it's not always just a surface level. There's always something much more higher, much more elevated, and something that needs to be, prioritized automatically, right? Because even if you have self awareness, there will be cases where you still will stop yourself from doing what you're supposed to do, right? There will be cases where you talk to yourself a different way. Your self esteem is not how it should be, right? You're taking actions and misalignments, right? And it could be the most smallest details ever, and that's what I mean. It could be the smallest cases, the smallest details that you think you're being aware of, but simply you're not being aware of it, right? And in the same concept of awareness, there's also things that interrupt us, corrupt us, and basically can, you know, make our misalignments come into our way when we want to, move forward with on this our reality, when we focus on a specific thing, or pretty much when you want to manifest something, right? And this is kind of like an example for like you already know where you're headed at, but you're making the best out of not going there, right? You're just pushing it around. You're going in different routes. You're going in different ways, and you're kind of like not getting into your destination, rather than you're just going to different places in your own mindset, mentality, your own actions that don't really align with what you're trying to do, with what you should be doing, honestly, right? And I want to talk about this briefly because, a lot of people, they think they are self-aware, but at the same self-awareness, they don't even ask themselves like, "Hey, why am I not doing what I'm supposed to do?" Right? And the same self-awareness, they don't even ask themselves like, "Okay, why does this problem keep coming back?" In that same self-awareness, they keep putting themselves in an environment that they thought it was like, they thought it was toxic, but and they thought they were being self-aware about it, but at the end of the day, they keep going back there. So it really doesn't come into a conclusion where self-awareness doesn't just mean that you can change your reality, right? Because if there's certain things that can change your whole self-image, if there's certain situations that you're not really implementing something different, then what makes you think that that self-awareness is even benefiting you, right? And there's always a reason for something, right? There's always a reason why you need to be self-aware of something. There's always a reason why you need to fully know yourself. Because if there's things that you're not being self-aware of, what makes you think that you can fix them, right? If there's things that you don't come to conclusion for, this just means that you don't really know yourself that much, because you don't know the answer, right? You're not securing the the accomplishment, I mean the conclusion, right? The solution. You're not concluding yourself into that, right? You're putting yourself in a situation and your self-awareness comes in hand, but it doesn't know what to do, right? It doesn't know much about you. It doesn't know how to escape from there. It doesn't know how to evade that. It doesn't know what route to take, so you just do it. And that's what I mean by like the lack of self-awareness, right? We have self-awareness. Don't get me wrong. You're watching this video, you have self-awareness because you're watching this video, right? But there's a bigger space of that self-awareness that's really specific. Like, hey, I'm self-aware that I shouldn't be here, then why am I here, right? I should be doing something much more different. Or, for example, you plan to go to the gym. You're being self-aware of that, right? You want to change, you want to become a healthier person, but you're not being self-aware that in order for you to start going to the gym much more naturally without you abandoning yourself every day, you need to start shifting into being a healthy person instead of thinking to yourself as an unhealthy person, right? You might think to yourself like, "Hey, I'm going to a gym. I'm gonna be a healthy person," but deep inside on your subconscious, it's guiding you to unhealthy things. So that's why you better yourself going to the gym, right? That's why you don't conclude yourself going to the gym. And this is what I mean. This can come into any terms, into any examples that, concludes into your own life. But what I'm trying to say is that it's the smallest things. It's the smallest things that we don't shift into. And those smallest things can eat us up, bro. It can overwhelm us and just change our whole self image. We're gonna start thinking like, damn, like I'm self aware like about this, and I'm not even going to the gym. I know I should be going to the gym. I want to be a healthy person, but damn, it's just hard. And within that belief of you thinking it's hard, then you just conclude yourself that going to the gym is difficult. So now every time you try to go to a gym, it's just gonna be difficult for you because you just made it difficult. That is the lack of self-awareness, right? That is the specific details. That is the lack of you saluting yourself, or putting a solution to yourself into a situation that you knew you wanted to change, that you were being self-aware of to have a plan to fix it. But then at the end of the day, that plan hasn't been shifted in your own mind. Alright, and this can come into any action. It's the frequency, it's the image that you input behind those actions. Because, man, let me tell you, bro, you can have a whole plan, you can have it all vision out, you can already be like playing out everything as calculated as you want it to be, but if you don't even see yourself doing it, right? If you're not really being specific about what you want, then you wouldn't like it will be difficult, right? I would not say you will never get there, but your mind will kind of like stop you from getting there, right? Itself, because it's just a natural presence. Like you just implemented that natural belief, that image of you now shifting into that concept, right? So this could refer to anything. We just gotta make sure that even the smallest details can be, secured in the bag. And this is a part where I believe that most people don't really know themselves a lot, because if you were to know yourself more, then you clearly wouldn't have no problem fixing your own problems, right? Like it's like if you know how to fix a tire, right? For example, you know how to fix a tire, then you would know how to fix a tire, right? But if you don't know how to fix a tire, then how can you change a tire, or how can you fix it? It's the same concept, but we're using it within ourselves, and that is the space of it, right? The space that needs to be accumulated with knowledge and information of yourself, not of the problem, not of the actions, bro. Bro, you can have the best actions. You can have the best blueprint, the best portfolio, the best mentorship on how to create your own business, achieve $10,000 a month, but if your mind doesn't dictate that, you're already shifted within who you are right now into your 10K self, right? Into your business owner self, into your own entrepreneur self. What makes you think that you're gonna be presenting the same performance, right, into your own reality? If the smallest thing starts holding you back, right? Like, damn, I don't want to take action. I do it tomorrow. I do it tomorrow. Oh, you wanna go to the gym tomorrow, bro? Damn, I was planning to start next week. You know what? Let me start next week. Let me plan it out. And it could be the smallest details that you wanna take off, but at the end of the day, it's not even about that. It's just the way that you're evading it. You know what I mean? It's just the way that your mind is not really attracted to it, and this could cause a lot of, like, you know, a lot of things that you don't want to come across to into your own life, because it's just the lack of clarity. Like it's just the lack of clarity, and you really don't know what to do with yourself, realistically. Like, and self awareness is so simple. Like you just gotta know yourself really well, and that's about it. And this is the thing that I keep bringing up the most, because like even that lack of self awareness could be like 2% of your whole mindset, and they can hold you back, bro. It could hold you back tremendously, because you know there's a lot of things that we can do, but there's so many things that our mind can do. You know what I mean? So we gotta make sure that we prioritize it, and we make sure that we can hold on into the things that we already envision ourselves into, we already shifted into, instead of holding on into that part where it's trying to take us away, right? Be much more attracted into taking action, doing the things that you're supposed to do. Be more unattractive into the things that you don't want to do. Yeah, so my simple answer for the day is just to know yourself really well, ask yourself the important questions, and pretty much pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to the way you react, the way you respond to certain situations, because that just evaluates everything. That just calculates who you are as a person, as an individual, where your mentality is. Have you really shifted into your own desired reality, or are you still seeing yourself as someone that's not in your desired reality, right? There's a difference between both. You want to make sure that you choose what you want to choose, you decide where you want to decide to go, and that's pretty much